Hi friends, welcome back to the channel. It's good to note something else. So in this video today, we are going to be noting the whole issue of shaming. I spoke about that in one of my recent videos, social anxiety. So if you guys haven't seen that, it's 2 videos ago. In that video, I talked about my situation, having the autoimmune condition, hyperthyroidism, and also pernicious anemia. Having to deal with those things, having to deal with like food choices, all those things, they can affect your hormones and they can just affect your body overall in terms of your physical health. Anything that affects your physical health can also affect your mental health. What I went through when it comes to social anxiety in dealing with situations, sometimes you are able to cope with it or you're able to manage it in terms of the things that comes to you. Not only that, in terms of dealing sometimes with these situations, after time after time, you come to that place where you have more peace, you have more confidence in yourself after time. And many times it can be the total opposite. It can be like you have lost all faith, you have lost the fight in you, like there is no strength. You just feel as though you just can't. You don't know how to cope, how to manage. You're just stuck. I think ever so often people forget this part, that this part can be your reality. And it may not even be a case where you're not trying. You could be trying so hard. Also, you might be in a journey during that time for healing. And who knows when your healing comes? Like, people can think that your healing is there and your healing really and truly is, it's like hindsight. It's not even in sight. So, people sometimes don't know what you're dealing with. They just say things loosely, they don't know how much it can affect you. All of us, we have our levels of tolerance when it comes to certain things. You might be able to say something about me, like, for example, in my career as a teacher, you might be able to pull me to the ground and it doesn't really affect me that much. But then when it comes to something like my health, you say something to me and it might sound very simple, but then this thing can just put me in a mood of depression or, just put me under. Like where I just go back to the stage that I was at the start. Over and over, we see this happening to people. I'm not saying that you have to try and sugarcoat stuff for people, but you can watch your words. You can just be more kind with your words. Kindness is a small action. Yeah, you can be more kind with your words. Choose your words wisely, especially if it's something that you don't even have to speak on. I had to deal with a situation recently with a younger family member who thought that this was something that was okay for that family member to do, even when that person' opinion was not requested. Come on. I had to like really come down on that family member. People are going through things and you don't want to be adding to their stress. Adhere to that cool saying, if you don't have nothing good to say nothing at all. Words, they have a way of hurting. There's a thing that says when something is being said, it cannot be taken back. I totally agree with this. And that's because the good book, the Bible, says to us that whatsoever things come from the mouth come forth from the heart. So when we think of this, can we really take back something that has already penetrated the mind of someone and that has already caused damage to that person with regards to their emotions? Can we truly take that back? I mean, when we come to an understanding of the situation, then we can have a change of heart and then we'll be able to make amends. So we can say sorry, we can come bearing gifts and that kind of thing, and truly mean it sincerely from our hearts. But would we be able to take back the damage that that would have caused? Let me know what your thoughts are on this, guys. Think of it, friends. How are you going to take it back? I mean, that's going to be remembered. It might be forgiven, but being forgiven does not mean that it's not remembered. Sometimes that's a hurtful part, right? But after forgiving, you will come to a place where you feel like you're not shaken by it when it does come back to memory. It doesn't like move you the way that it originally moved you in the first place. Those are the same sentiments I was echoing. And maybe when I was younger, I was also guilty of this thing, but because I'm older now and I have had my experiences and all that, I think that sometimes it's just good to bring a reminder. So this is more like a reminder and not pushing anybody down or anything. Yeah. And this came from seeing the recent high topic or talked about event at the Oscars. So I'm not even gonna say what the event was, because here I'm not looking for any clout or anything. It's just, knowing that I posted that video talking about my truth, talking about my issue with social anxiety. And these are the things that can sometimes present social anxiety to people. Like, you don't want anybody to be anxious coming out of their house, leaving their homes. You don't want anybody to feel that way coming out of their homes. You want to think that humanity is still something that is present around us today, that people are still sincere and people are still understanding, people are still being there, people are still having one another back, people are still empathizing, people are still that kind of way. But then, in my other hand, I'm also saying that violence is not a way of curbing social anxiety. So even though you're someone who gets anxious being in social spaces, sometimes it just like get on your nerves. You need to also find ways to deal with yourself, find ways to manage whatever you're feeling, however you're feeling, and try not to allow what is being said or what is being done to take you over so much until you reach to a point where you cannot get past it and that anger builds up within you and you just have to just let it out. But keep yourself in check, be able to manage your feelings, just be able sometimes to just shrug off things. It's not everything that we have to respond to and everything that we have to answer to. If we have to sit around doing that, our days would be really, really sad. In all of this, remember that we serve a God that understands us, a God that cares, a God that is truly there for us. As we can place our burdens, cast our cares upon Him because He truly cares and He knows everything. So He truly understands us, what we are going through, what we are feeling, all our emotions. All our emotions He can bear. A God that understands that we are presently in human form and that we can actually go against things that He has taught us in His Word that are now principles in our society. And so we need to go to Him and seek His help to deal with these things so that we can build those fruits of the Spirit so that in times like these, we be able to use them as needs be. The struggle gets tougher and tougher every day. We will know how to be patient, we know how to be of self-control, we know how to show love even in wicked spaces or evil spaces. We just know how to just show love, humility, and all those things. So guys, that's just my encouragement for you today. If you are also battling with social anxiety and it makes you feel numb, it makes you feel like you're not accepted or like people really and truly have no empathy for you, know that there are so many persons who are going through that and you can just try to be your best in your situation. No one truly knows. Only God knows what you're going through. Just keep finding ways of encouraging yourself, keep finding ways of dealing with your moods and everything else that can arise from what you're feeling. Friends, I want to thank you so much for watching this video. As always, continue to keep faith, keep trusting, keep hoping, keep blooming in love. Stay blessed, stay safe. Hope to see you guys in the next video very soon. Until then, later now.